Sage, and today I'm doing a very exciting video. Today's video is going to be all about my Coachella experience and a story time video. So if you clicked on this video just wanting to hear the story time, you guys can just try to scroll through the video to try to find the story time, but I'm going to be sharing my entire Coachella experience and what happened to my arm. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, hi, I'm Sage and I upload every Tuesday, so make sure you click that subscribe button so you can get notified when I upload next. And without further ado, let's just get started. So I'm going to start off with my entire, just from the beginning of Coachella all the way to the end, and during that time of Coachella you will hear about the story time. So let's start all the way from the beginning. So I woke up around, I think I woke up at 9 o'clock, and I wanted to curl my hair because I knew once we got to Coachella we were just gonna, English, not today. We were just going to go straight to Coachella right after we checked into our hotel. So I decided to curl my hair before we left. So I woke up at 9, I ate breakfast, I curled my hair, and we were supposed to leave at 11 o'clock, but we ended up leaving at 9 o'clock. Or no, we ended up leaving at 10 o'clock, which was perfect because then we were ahead of schedule. We went over to Samantha's house, and Samantha is the person that I went with to Coachella, and it was her dad, my mom, and Samantha and me, and my mom and her dad are best friends. So we all went to Coachella. So we drove in her car, and I already activated my wristband because you have to activate it on the app. So I already did mine, so I didn't have to worry about it. And so I told Sam, activate your wristband, I'll help you, blah, blah, blah. So we were in the car, we were in and out, and after we ate our lunch, we decided to activate their wristbands. When she was doing it, it wasn't working at all. Every single time, it didn't seem like it was working for some reason. It just didn't seem right. And then Robert's was not working at all. It was saying this is invalid, it's not working at all. And before that, they bought 3 VIP tickets, I'm pretty sure, and you know how they come in the mail months before or a month before with the wristband? Theirs hadn't came yet, so they Coachella called them and said your wristbands are not coming, sorry, you can get a refund, blah blah blah, and they're like, no, we're getting our wristbands, we paid tons of money to go to Coachella. So they found other bands to buy, so they bought those, and for some reason they weren't working. So they were calling Coachella, it's fine, we can help you once we get there, blah, 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 blah. Fast forward to traffic. We were in traffic. We were supposed to be there around 2 o'clock. We ended up getting there at 5 o'clock. My first person started at 5, so I missed that, but it's okay. It was just random person that I didn't really care about, but I was they look interesting, sure. So I missed that, but it was all fine. We got to the hotel, and the hotel rooms were you drive up to the room. So it was one of those, which was pretty interesting. I've only been to one of those once. So the whole time I was let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I want to go. But then once we got in the room, they were let's go, Sage, come on, you're taking forever, let's go, let's go, let's go. Because, I don't know, I was just too into my outfit. Basic Coachella girl, I know. Finally what did we do? Oh yeah, we had to walk 5 minutes to the shuttle because that's how you get to Coachella. Or you drive, I don't know how else you get there besides taking the shuttle. I think you can drive just a normal car, but we get in the shuttle, and already there's a ton of people on the shuttle. So they were most likely you won't be able to sit next to each other just because there's that many people on the shuttle. So we get on the shuttle, and my mom was in front of me, and there was a girl, it was 2 seats per aisle, I guess. So there's this girl in the middle of both seats, her leg is just on the other seat. And so my mom's can I sit here? And she's in this voice, if you sit on the inside, I'm sitting on the aisle. Super rude. And my mom's that's fine. I just want to sit down in the seat. She sat down, and then we were just walking back, and we found 2 seats next to each other. So we're perfect, we're going to be next to each other, no creeps next to us. So we sat down, and already the bus is a little great. So we were kind of towards the back, and in front of us were these 2 college girls that looked like middle schoolers or high schoolers. They did not look like college. And they just turned around and go, do you go to USC? Because I think you go to USC. And I was what? Because I couldn't understand her because she was, I don't know, but I just couldn't understand her. And she's do you go to USC? And I was no, I'm in high school. She's like, oh my gosh, really? I was like, yeah, I'm in high school. And then that was like, what? And they were talking super loud on the phone, like super, super loud on the phone. And then across, it was just this group, and they were doing drugs. So they were eating gummy bears and drinking stuff and taking pills and all that crazy stuff that I don't do, obviously. And they're like, everyone's doing it, just do it, to like other people. Not me, but other people, like, just do it, like, just do it. It's so much fun. They were already like out of their minds and they could probably not even stand up. And this girl with that group was just standing up and she was like yelling. I don't even remember what she was yelling about, but she was yelling and it was like, settle down, please, just settle down. We're not even there yet, stop. We finally get there, and to walk there is probably like 30-minute walk, 45-minute walk, which it's not that long when you think about it because it just goes by really fast, but it's super hot. Finally get into where you like scan your wristband to get in, and right near it is like a booth where like you have to get your wristband fixed or have to buy a new wristband, blah, 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 blah. So my mom and Robert, that's Samantha's dad, they were like, you guys can go in, wait by the Ferris wheel, we're gonna get Robert's wristband activated. So we were like, perfect. We go in, we go by the wristband, or we go by the Ferris wheel, and we're just staying there, and there are already so many people, and they're all crazy, and right next to me was Acacia Brinley. I was like, oh, okay. And my mom calls me, she's like, Robert's wristband is not working. We can't get in. You guys have fun, but we're not going because his wristband's not working. We have to find a new wristband. So the whole time I was kind of paranoid because I was like, they're not going to be able to come in. They spend so much money and they're not going to be able to spend like any time here because of this whole wristband dilemma. So right away, we were just very confused. Like we were like, where are we? Like there's so many people, it's super crowded. And there's so many different stages, we didn't know which stage was which stage. So we just go to just a random stage, and that was the main Coachella stage, which we found out later. And I look over, and it's just the huge circle of YouTubers, like Lauren Elizabeth, That's So Jack, Lo Anthony, Ricky Thompson, I don't know, I was like, okay. And we were like, perfect, let's just go to the A$AP Rocky show and just wait there until he comes on. So I think he came on around 7:15 maybe. So we got there at like 6 o'clock. So we were waiting there. We found his stage and we were just waiting there so we can get good spots for his show because that was one of the main people on my little schedule. So we waited there for a while, like super long, and it was finally like his turn to come on. It was maybe like 5 minutes before he was supposed to come on, right? So we were like in the mosh pit because we got there super early, so we're like in the show, like we're in a good spot to where we could actually see him. Behind me were these like guys and they were smoking. Next to me were these people smoking. In front of me there's these people smoking. Beside me there was these people smoking. So everywhere, like 360, everyone was smoking weed. And it smells so bad. I personally do not like the smell of weed. I don't smoke, but if you're gonna smoke, I don't have a problem with that. But I don't personally do it. It was maybe like 2 minutes or like a minute before the show was starting. And the intro was like starting. And it was already dark out, and this girl in front of me, like my height, maybe shorter than me, starts smoking. And this is when like the show was literally like seconds before starting. And I was so paranoid that someone was gonna burn me with their cigarette because if it's like a mosh pit and they start smoking, like that's not the best decision because they could burn you. So they start, everyone's like raising their hands in the air. I'm like, perfect. Woohoo! Burn! This girl in front of me decides to like flick off her ashes or whatever it's called and burns me with her cigarette, and it hurt so bad. I was like, ow, what the heck? Like, ow! And I hope I'm still in focus because I just had to, my camera stopped on me. Anyways, Kanye West came out, he sang one of his new songs from his Pablo album, which I don't really know any of his songs from that album. But he started to sing it, freaking out. And all of a sudden, during his song, his mic stops working. Perfect. So Kanye's mic stops working and he just leaves the stage. And A$AP was like, one more song. And then it just ended and A$AP threw his mic and the whole show was over. And I was like, what the heck? Like, are you kidding me? So that was the end of the A$AP Rocky show. And then after that, it was Ellie Goulding. So we rushed over to Ellie. She was so bomb. It sounds so good live. It's so good. So after that, she went overtime, and in between Ellie Goulding and Ray Shremmerd, I don't know his last name, was Jack Yu. Here is where it all is wrong. Ellie Goulding is one of the main people that was going to be at Coachella. Jack Yu, another main person that was going to be at Coachella. There was over 100,000 people in this festival. Everyone wants to go to Ellie Goulding and Jack Yu. We all collide. Everyone in this festival collides. There is swarms of people trying to get from Ellie Goulding to Jack Yu, from Jack Yu to Ellie. Like, oh my gosh, it's insane. We were trying to get our way to Jack Yu, but I was hearing people being like, don't go, it's too crazy, like you're gonna get hurt, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Sam, like, let's not go. Instead, after Jack Yu was supposed to be Ray Shremmerd, whatever. And I was like, perfect, this is like my main person that I want to see. Let's go so we can get early and we can get good spots. So we're like, perfect idea. We go over to his show and it was like 30, 45 minutes to starting. And we got perfect spots. It was like, so it was like VIP, and then like a bar, like a fence gate thing, and then like general admission. So we were like at the bar, like maybe like one person in front of us. And I was like, yes, perfect, it's gonna be great. I just did that, okay. Just forget I even whipped right there. We were just like waiting there, and then they start, and they honestly were so good. I knew every song. Me and Sam were dancing so much. It was so much fun. Oh my gosh, it was like the best show I've ever been to in my life. That's how good it was. And that was our last show. So that ended at like 11:30 maybe, 11, 12. And then we went back to the shuttle, we met up with our parents, and then we went back to the hotel, and it was like 2 o'clock when we finally got there. And then we went to bed. We got there at like 1 o'clock or like 2 o'clock, and our first show didn't start till like 5. So we were there for so long, and there's not that much to do in Coachella if you don't have a show besides eat food and go on the Ferris wheel. There's not that much to do there, so we were just in the hot sun doing nothing for like 5 hours, and we didn't want to go on the Ferris wheel because the line was super long, and we just wanted to wait till the last day. And we weren't hungry, but we got ice cream, like After's ice cream with a donut. It was okay. It wasn't like the best thing in the world, but anyways, we have our first show, and I think our first show was Disclosure maybe? Yeah, so we waited there for a while because we wanted to get also good spots. So we were there for the show before, and then it was finally Disclosure, and it was so good. It was so much fun, and Sam Smith came on. He did his like whole thing, and it was super good. Then it was Ice Cube. If you don't know me personally, you wouldn't know this, but NWA is like my favorite thing ever. I love their music, and it's so sad that it's like they aren't together anymore, obviously, but like they're so good. And so when I found out Ice Cube was performing, I was dying. I was literally like, oh my gosh. So we got like not like the best spots. We weren't trying to get amazing spots, but I just wanted to be there. He was my favorite performer. I would have to say Ray and Ice Cube were my absolute favorites. He was so good. Oh my gosh, he brought out his son, he brought out Snoop Dogg and a bunch of like other rappers, whatever, that I didn't know about. But he played NWA songs, and it was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good. This is how much I love them. My eyes were all watery, and I started to cry because that's how good it was. How much I love their music, like NWA's music. So when I found out that he was gonna sing, like, I started crying. I was like, oh my god, it's so good. Yeah. Then it was Guns N' Roses, and I'm not a Guns N' Roses fan, but I know their music, and my mom does too. So my mom went in like the crowd or whatever, and me and Sam were just like back against like the fence, just like trying to like sleep because we were so tired. And their show was from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. That is way too long, and their show was so boring. The singer was just on a chair because he broke his foot, so he was just sitting down the entire show. And so I was just texting Mary Jo the whole time, what's up? And they were fine, whatever. And during that, this girl next to me goes, "Hey, that's Leonardo DiCaprio." Sam, that's Leonardo DiCaprio right there. He was literally, I'm not even kidding. Say this is me. He was right here, literally right in front of me. And I got a video of it and everything, and it was so good. And he was right in front of me, and I was like, oh. And then Ice Cube walked by, and I was like, hey. Yeah. And then Pia Mia walked by and all that good stuff. So that happened, and then after Guns N' Roses, we just went home and crashed. We were so tired, at the hotel, and crashed. And then the next day rolls around. We got there probably around 3 o'clock maybe. I don't really know. In line to the security thing, and Saturday and Friday they let me in with my sunscreen, which you're not allowed to bring in, but they let me in. Sunday rolls around, and this is the hottest day of Coachella. I didn't put sunscreen on yet. It was so hot, extremely hot that day. And she goes, "You need to throw this away right now." And I'm like, I haven't put any sunscreen on me, so I immediately just put some sunscreen that I can on me. And I'm like, and if anyone wants to use this, here. And I just give it to anyone. So they made me throw away my sunscreen, which is awesome, great job. But I get it, I mean, security reasons, obviously. And so we found 2 of our friends from school, so we went on the Ferris wheel, took some pictures, and then we went to, who did we go to first? We went to this one tent thing that just had a random DJ, and then we went to Bauer, which was insane. There were so many people, and it was so scary. A girl walked out with a bloody nose. We're this is not okay. We need to go because this is way too much to handle. So from there we went to the Cold War Kids. The Cold War Kids were okay, but it was kind of boring. And then from the Cold War Kids, we're let's just camp out for Major Lazer, because that was Sam's main person. So we went to Major Lazer, and it was the 1975 that was on, and I was like, oh my god, they are so good. I love the 1975. A group of YouTubers were right next to me again. And so we're just dancing around, listening to 1975, and then it was Major Lazer. Major Lazer comes on, and it was so good. Oh my gosh, Work was on, just Major Lazer. All his music was on. It was so good. It was so much fun. We were just dancing. And then we were gonna go to Calvin Harris, but my mom and Sam's dad were just really tired, and we were supposed to leave that night. So we finally just left, and we got to the hotel. I put some pajamas on, and we got in the car and drove home. That is my entire Coachella experience and my story time on how I got burned by a cigarette. I hope you guys enjoy, and stay tuned for more videos. And yeah, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye!